Hey everyone, welcome back y'all. We are back to do what normally is our weekly stock up in rotation for week 1 is our stock up for meat for our prepper pantry. Today we're not stocking up on meat. We're holding off this month. We hopefully will continue restocking again in October. The reason for that is I decided to finally break down and buy me an electric canner. I did not get one that goes on the stove because the house I live in and rent is a 1953 house. It's got a 1968 stove in that is not quite 100% functional when it comes to even heat through the stove. And I don't want to do anything that would cause my canning sessions to go bad. So I did decide to get an electric pressure canner this time around. I've got a lot of wishing to do and wish lists on my Amazon that I'm going to work through and save up for additional canning supplies as the months go by. With that being said, I've got a lot of questions for seasoned veteran canners. I've been watching a lot of videos on YouTube. I'm looking up a lot of research on the internet. I do have the famous ball canning book coming to me, but that won't get here until mid-October, even though I just purchased it this week. I'm not sure what's going on with Amazon. It's taking that long, but I do have it coming. So with that being said, I spent our money on a canner this week. Got a lot of questions, as I said. We'll go through that here in just a minute. This was $123 plus tax. Came out to roughly around 140 bucks overall. So very small canner. It's a Nesco 9.5 quart. So it's just to try my hand at canning and see how we do. As we get better with canning and get more things on board, we'll definitely be looking into bigger and more powerful canners. So apologize, my countertop's a little wet in over here. We just had a rotisserie chicken come in from Sam's Club. I was not cooking dinner tonight, with the exception of we made a huge pot of homemade mac and cheese. The second item that I purchased off of Amazon are these portion containers. They come with cardboard tops, and I'm gonna flip this around a little bit and show you what it is. They are metal square 1 pound containers that you can put into your freezer and freeze. And what we'll do is we'll put the cardboard lids on the top, seal it shut, add a protection of tinfoil around, add a label, and I'm going to start making some single portion meals. Not only for myself, but also for my kids. Things such as baked mac and cheese. Philip likes homemade meatloaf. I can do shepherd's pie for the girls. Things of that nature. The sky is the limit. So I did purchase these as well. It's a 100 pack. Again, I didn't get the ones with the plastic lids. I would not have used the plastic lids, but I got the cardboard lids. They did not have the tinfoil lids that I really would love to have had. But I'm going to be making homemade pot pies, things of that nature, and putting them in here. It's a 100 count pack. I will try my best to wash out and keep the tins. The cardboards are a one-time use, but I can always wrap it with tinfoil and preserve it that way for the freezer. So I did purchase this as well. So $23.99 plus tax for this as well. And that came out to be a pretty expensive shopping day for us on Amazon. But these are items that I really wanted to get in stock and to rotate those metal pans so that I can make ahead meals for days that I don't want to cook and maybe days that we don't all want to eat the same thing. So with that being said, I do have some extra canning supplies coming to me. I'm super excited about it. Questions are because I don't have a garden and my landlord will not allow me to tear up my land. I have decided that I'm going to start saving for 5 green stalks. If you don't know what a green stalk is, look it up. Becoming a Farm Girl is one of my favorite channels. I believe she lives in a townhouse and she uses green stalks in order to have a porch garden and be able to grow her vegetables and her herbs and all that. And it's just amazing what she does. So I'm going to save for 5 green stalks. Again, they're very expensive. Unfortunately, where I live, I do not have a fenced-in backyard, and we have a lot of porch pirates. They don't care about cameras. Yes, I have cameras on my porch, they will still take things off your porch and walk off and can care less. And they will do it at 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. So I've got to figure out how to put green stalks on my porch and not allow people to take them because they are extraordinarily expensive at $150 a piece. That would be a game changer for me being able to grow fresh vegetables and herbs, be able to freeze dry and or dehydrate the herbs, because we are going to get a freeze dryer. It's going to take us some time, y'all. Those are thousands of dollars. So it's on my wish list, and I will be saving money every month to be able to get one of those. But I'm also going to get a dehydrator as well and start working on going ahead and growing our own herbs as well. But with that being said, as we look at this first shelf, because we are in the process right now of pulling from the prep pantry, bringing up here and restocking our cabinets. And that is what we do to rotate our food. I am on my last 12 green beans that I have in the house. Holy no for me. Green beans and carrots are one of my, or I should say 2 of my favorite vegetables. Peas and corn are the kids' favorites. So I do need to restock completely on green beans. That will be hopefully my upcoming video of restocking my shelf-stabled items. I usually stock 108 cans, y'all, to make sure that my shelf for the green bean shelf downstairs is full. These are the last 12 that I have. Corn, we're good on downstairs, but definitely going to keep restocking because, you know, I told you my kids love corn and peas, and they go through them just as fast almost as I do green beans and carrots. Carrots, I only have a couple of cans left, and I'm out of those too. So in my stock up video for my shelf stable, which is I believe week number 2 of the month, I will be focusing more on green beans and carrots. Question is with this: if you already have a garden, you don't have this problem as much as those of us who don't have a garden unless something didn't produce right. Canned carrots, for example, are 90 cents a piece, 89 to 90 cents a piece at my local Walmart for 16 ounces. In order to can carrots in a 16-ounce canning jar, y'all, I have to go to the store and I have to buy produce currently right now. And I'm fine with doing that until I have enough money to have the green stalks. Green stalks are going to cost me close to $800 before it's done and said and I have all 5 of the green stalks that I want. But with that being said, if I can carrots, I don't want to do the whole carrots. I don't want to take time to shave those down. I'm visually impaired and I can't see if I got all the skin off that I want to. I don't like the skin on the carrots, I'll be honest. So if I'm to can baby carrots, and I still need to look up if that's okay. If I can baby carrots right now for a 1-pound bag is $1.29. That costs more than walking over to the vegetable aisle and picking up a can of carrots that's the same weight, 16 ounces, or let's just say the real weight, 15.9 ounces, and getting it for 89 cents or maybe 90 cents a can. To can it myself is going to cost me the amount of the baby carrots plus a lid. That is definitely more than getting it in my local Walmart in the can section and just picking up the canned carrots themselves. So I've got a lot to learn when it comes to canning. I apologize, I'm trying to get a napkin or something because there's a wet spot on my counter and it is driving me absolutely insane. And I can't do it one-handed. I'm trying to. My apologies. But anyways, with that being said, I've noticed that if you have a large garden and you're not buying your produce, it is definitely cheaper to can your own produce. And people say, well, we can our own produce because we know what goes in it. Absolutely. But if I'm buying cans of carrots that are salt-free or green beans that are salt-free, it's just water and green beans. And that's exactly what I would put in my canning session when I can my vegetables. So with that being said, hit me down below, seasoned veteran canners, and give me some more information on the canning process and why you can so much versus purchasing it in the store. Does it last longer if it's in the jar and being canned than it does being conventionally canned by a canning corporation that does the canned jars and the 10 jars and things of that nature? So this is what we have for this week. We bought our canner, Nesco 9.5 electric, Yes, it's small, but we're going to work on it. We're going to try to get to the point where we can can our own jams, our own jellies, things of that nature. But again, is it cheaper to actually can it than it is to actually purchase it in the store? Then, again, we're going to start making our own little mini single freezer meals. I may pull out a meal for Jessica, who maybe wants shepherd's pie that night. And then Philip may want a meatloaf. Now, like I said, these are 1 pound containers. Lord have mercy, I hope they don't eat an entire pound of shepherd's pie at once, but you know what, it could be possible. These are very small containers. And maybe that night somebody else may want homemade pot pie. But I thought these would be a really great addition to our household. And yes, we're going to continue to stock up on meat. But this week, we decided to flip the script and finally get our canner and then get an extra item here that we wanted to start doing freezer meals as well. The kids will be involved in learning how to do both. Homeschooling starts on Tuesday, the day after holiday. So happy holiday to everybody that is celebrating the holiday on Monday, which is tomorrow. And the kids will be learning how to do canning and learning how to do freezer meals and things like that for a class for this semester for home economics. So questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, throw it at me down in the comment section. We will catch you next week with our session for our shelf-stable items. All right, catch you next video. Without Limits is out.